Okay guys, welcome back to video number 2 in this series. This is all about eyeshadow looks using only 2 shades from this palette here, which is the Nicole Miller Undercover palette. I got this palette from Ross for $5. If you haven't seen part 1 of this series, which was eyeshadow looks using only 1 shadow, then go ahead and click this link here and that will take you over to that video. You definitely want to watch that one first because it's also very informative. But let's jump right into this video. Is kind of all about how to use transition colors with a shimmer. So I'm going to start here with this shade, which is kind of a brownish reddish color. It's called Ammo, and I'm just going to apply this color into my crease. And if you notice, I took that color onto a blending brush, and the reason I did that is because I want a more feathered look. I don't want it packed into my crease. I want it kind of blended into my crease as opposed to just bam, it's there. So that's why I'm using a blending brush for this step, and that's it. It's in my crease, and now you go in with the shimmer and you just pack that all over your lid. So for this look, I'm going to take this color here, which is again the cranberry red color. It's called Radar, and I'm just going to apply that all over my lid. And as we touched on in the last video, you can definitely just dip your finger into any of your shimmers and just apply it to your lid, and that will usually make the color just punch up a little bit more. So let's move on to look number 2, and for that I'm going in with Ammo one more time, and I'm going to add this color here, which is called Sniper. So these are my first 2 looks using only 2 colors. Okay, so now I'm back with a fresh base, and if you notice that I have on a different shirt and maybe my makeup looks a little different, and that is because my camera cut off yesterday and I lost a lot of the footage that I shot, and also life happened, so I was not able to start filming again until today. So we're just going to pick up where we left off, and we're going to go into another double shadow look. So since the first 2 looks had shimmer shadows on the lid, I want to show you guys how to do looks with only matte shadows. So the first color I'm going to dip into is going to be Gunner, which is right here. And that is again that army green color, and I'm going to just buff that into my crease. And now that that's done, I'm going to dip into Ammo and apply that all over my lid. For the second matte look, I'm going to dip into Ammo for the crease. And then instead of doing what's expected, which would be to take this lighter shade here, which is called Major, I'm going to dip up here into Bombshell and put this all over the lid. And just like in the last video, I'm not going to apply any mascara or lashes or liner or anything like that, just because it's a lot easier for me to get this off and get into the next look that way. But of course, if you were to do this at home, you would want to do that, and that will definitely give you a more dramatic look. Even though these eyeshadow looks only take about 30 seconds per eye to do, it'll make it look like you spent a lot more time on your makeup, and it will look way more polished and put together. So just so you know, definitely do that at home, but just for the purpose of this video, I'm not going to. Now moving into the next looks. Since we did 2 shimmers in the first 2 looks and then 2 mattes in the third and fourth looks, I want to kind of switch it up a little bit and show you guys a new technique or a different technique. Now I want to show you how to do looks with 2 shimmers, just because maybe you might have an all shimmer palette or you might have an all matte palette, and I just want you to be able to use the information in this video to your advantage, whether you have all shimmers, all mattes, or a combination of both. So I'm going to wipe this off, and then I'll show you 2 eyeshadow looks using 2 shimmers. So for the first all shimmer look, I'm going to take this color here, which is called Radar, and I'm going to put that on the inner corner. And then I'm going to take Hot Shot, which is this darker purple color, and put that on the outer corner. If you get fallout, just take a big fluffy brush and wipe it away before it really sets into your makeup. Once you have both colors built up to the intensity that you like, then just take your blending brush and start to soften the edges. If you feel like you lost a little bit of the color when you did that, you can go back in and just apply a little more. Now moving on to the second look, I'm going to take Metal, which is this copper color here, and I'm going to apply that to both the inner and outer corner. In the center, I'm going to take this champagne color here, which is called Base, and apply that. Let's just go back and blend the edges. Of course, if you added some liner or something, this would look like 10 times better, but again, for the purpose of this video, we're not going to do that. You could also go back in and clean up here, but a liner would take care of that as well. So I went ahead and did the other eye off camera just like this one, because this was one of my favorite looks, and I was really surprised that a look with two shimmers was one of the ones that I liked. The most, but it definitely was. So I wanted to show you guys at least one look completely finished, just to show you what it could look like in the real world. So I'm going to go ahead and add mascara, liner, all that jazz. Now I'm going to coat my bottom lash line with Radar. And to finish it off, I'm just going to line my waterline with a black liner. From here, you could go ahead and do bottom lashes, but I'm not going to. I almost prefer not doing bottom lashes, and that's just personal preference, but if you like bottom lashes, go ahead and do that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for future videos. Also, stay tuned for part 3 of this video, which is going to be linked somewhere on this screen, and that's going to be how to do some 3 shadow looks with the same exact palette that I've been using for both part 1 and now for part 2. I'm going to go in with some 3 eyeshadow looks and also some new techniques that you haven't seen in part 1 or part 2, so stay tuned for that, and that is coming up very soon. If you want to be notified when new videos are uploaded, then click the notification bell, and I will see you guys there. Bye!